Hello and welcome to Yoga with Alicia, this YouTube channel which aims to bring you quality content in yoga guidance and tuition. Today we are going to look at growing our core strength and we are going to incorporate a balance. Now, do not judge yourself on this posture or on your practice if you cannot find balance to begin with, or if your stomach, your abdominals do not feel strong enough. This is why you practice, to aid the development. So no judgment on yourself. Stay nice and relaxed and positive throughout, and the position will come to you soon enough. So without any further ado, let us begin. We're going to bring ourselves to balance onto our sit bones. Now, to do this, we can bring the feet in front of us and have the knees bent, and then we are going to bring our arms underneath our hamstrings. Now we can hold at the elbows, we can have our hands holding our opposite elbows, or you can just have a connection of one hand over the opposite wrist, and you can swap and incorporate using both sides of the brain to do this as well. Let's just begin in our seated position and get our knees bent and our hands joined behind our hamstrings. Now from here we're going to take a nice breath in and rise up through the trunk of our body. We're going to engage our abdominals because they are supporting our spine. We're going to avoid slumping or rounding at this joint that we have in our upper back. We want to push our chest forward to the wall in front of us, our heart space. Let's think about always opening it forward towards our thighs or our knees. And then we're just simply going to take the balance onto our buttocks. So if at first you feel unable to do this, like I explained earlier, no judgment on the self, treat yourself nicely, be kind and patient. You might even just want to have those tippy toes touching to help you get that upper body balance first. And remember, once you're in the position, just check, are you still breathing? Concentration, and that's what occurs a lot in yoga, concentration, it can stop your flow of breath. You grip everything, you stop and you focus. But if you switch on that part of the mind that's going to continually observe the breath, you'll soon find that you can get back into that natural rhythm whilst also moving through a posture, finding balance, creating lift. So if you feel that you have got the balance on the sit bones now, do you think that you could next try to raise the toes to knee level or eye level? And you could possibly give some bending and flex in here to the feet. You could wiggle the toes. You could maybe curl the toes over as if you have a pencil underneath the toes and you're gripping the pencil there, and then release. You can alternately now start to bend and straighten the legs. Now this is great practice and they're great little exercises. You may not get it all today, it's something to work towards. But the next level is to release those hands away from underneath the hamstrings and bring them out to the sides. You could have palms up if you wanted to. You could have palms down, bringing the hands back so that the shoulders come back and the chest and heart space remains open and expanding, so that when you breathe in, your lungs are filling bigger and bigger each time, increment by increment, therefore increasing their capacity. And you can go back through those same little movements alternately with the legs, or just holding the toes. You could bring the shins in quite close and bring the hands around the front of the shins and grip them, and then just readjust. Re-engage the stomach muscles. Even have a breather if you need to put those tippy toes down, or if you want to come out of the position, have a couple of breaths and then return to it. Because the next thing in line, you could then possibly get hold of the feet. And you could gently raise one up, take it back down, the next one, the opposite one rather, there's no more than two. Okay, and you could also then move to doing both together. But remember, it takes time. Also remember, you'll always breathe in to create the space, and you'll breathe out to stretch. So you'll breathe in to a central position, and then if you want to extend a leg, you'll breathe out as you do that. You breathe in to draw inward and to engage everything, and then you'll breathe out to get you extended. And in the fullness of the position, have those regular checks that you always now do. Teeth unclenched, skin on the face nice and soft. Parts of the body, the flesh and the muscles, get them working if they're trying to sneak off and hide and not help in the full body experience. You can bring the legs down and come back to a neutral position, whether that be kneeling, cross-legged, squatting, sitting on a chair, however you choose. Come back to the position that enables you to bring the hands together, to rest them at your heart space, to gently close the eyes and become aware of how you feel. Internally and externally, possibly empowered, strengthened, new resolve. Give yourself thanks for your practice, looking after your health and your well-being in the present now, and setting the foundations for your future. Namaste.